Hey guys, welcome to My Sew Bliss. Today I'm going to show you how to make a baby wrap. Now, I made this video previously a few years ago and I've gotten a lot of questions on it, so I just wanted to remake it to clarify a few things and to make an updated one for myself. So this wrap is going to be just like a Soli Baby or a Moby wrap. Now, the only supplies that you're going to need is your fabric, and I'm using a poly spandex blend that I got from a shop called Knit Pop. I'll put the link down below for it. It is a beautiful, super soft fabric. It'll be perfect for baby and me. And it's super lightweight, so it's perfect for winter and summer. And then you're just going to need your basic sewing supplies. So let's get started. I bought a piece that is 2.5 yards long, and it's really wide, but I actually only need my pieces to be 24 inches wide. So I am gonna cut my pieces to be 24 inches wide and 2.5 yards long. Once you have both of your pieces cut out, you're going to take those pieces. Here's one of mine, and I'm going to put them right sides together. So that one, and then I'm going to lay this one on top, and I'm going to match up this shorter edge. I'm going to match the raw edges up, and I do suggest pinning them because this is typically a slippery fabric, so it's nicer when you sew it if you have it pinned. So I'm going to pin mine, match up those edges, pin it, and then I'm going to head over to my serger. If you don't have a serger, you can still use a sewing machine. Just make sure you're using either a zigzag stitch or a stretch stitch. Some machines have that, so check your manual. This is important because when your fabric stretches, your threads need a stretch as well. And a zigzag or a stretch stitch or a serger is going to make sure that it stretches with your fabric, making sure it holds that seam. If you did just a straight stitch, it could pop the seams when it stretches, and then the fabrics would fall apart. And that's really not safe for the baby. So here I am over at my serger, ready to go. And I do have a lot of pins on mine because I matched up my lines of fabric. So don't worry too much about that. And now I'm just going to stitch along. I'm doing about a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Once you are all done sewing that seam, you are actually all done with your wrap. Because this is out of a knit fabric, the edges won't fray, so you don't have to finish off the edges. Now, one thing that you might be questioning is why not just use a 5-yard piece? Now, you definitely can use a 5-yard piece. The only reason I don't use it is because it's cheaper to buy 2.5 yards than it is to buy 5 yards. So if you don't want that seam in the middle and you have a 5-yard piece, that is perfect. You just want to be between 20 to 24 inches wide and you have a baby wrap. Another question I've got is, that is a lot of fabric. Do I really need that much? Now, I know most of the baby wraps that I've seen are actually this length or longer. So this is the typical length and amount of fabric that you would need. Now, if you are very petite or an extra small, you could probably get away with less fabric. I like making it longer so that I can wear it or someone else could wear it, like my husband or anybody else that needs to hold my baby. They're able to with this wrap. Now, if you're worried about it being too small, go ahead and make it longer, and then you can cut off more on the ends. Now that you are all done with your wrap, I'm going to show you guys how I put it on with my baby. So this is considered the classic carry-all. It's not going to work with a newborn. If you're carrying a newborn, you actually want to put it on a little differently and carry the newborn a little differently. So I'm going to show you the classic one that I carry, and you're going to first start by finding the middle of your wrap. And the thing that's nice with the wrap that I just made is that the center is where your seam is that I just created. You can kind of tell with my fabric because I matched those. You can kind of see that seam. So that seam, you're going to put right across your stomach, just like this. So here I have my piece, put it on my stomach, and then I'm going to take the straps and wrap it around and put it over the opposite shoulder. So I'm going to come bring it this way. I dropped my front piece. So hold that in place, bring this up to the top. And I like to lay it so it's nice and flat and kind of spread a little bit. And then I'm going to take the other piece the other long strip that I haven't put around my shoulder, I'm going to put it around the opposite shoulder again. And that creates an X in the back. So you can kind of adjust it a little bit, make sure it's laying nicely. I'll adjust the straps so they're not bunched up, because then I'm going to take them and I'm going to cross them over each other and then tuck them into where I just wrapped around my stomach. So crossing and tucking under that. Then I can take them and I'm going to wrap them around as many times as it'll go. So if I want it really tight, I'll do twice for mine. But if I want to loosen it up, I'll probably just wrap it around to the back once and then tie it in a knot. So tie it one time and then I'll tie it again. Okay, so now I'm ready to put the baby in. So I'll just adjust it just a tiny bit, kind of loosen it up a little bit so that it's ready for baby. Okay, then you're going to take your baby, and I'm going to open this up a little bit more because mine's a bigger baby. So I'm going to take him on my shoulder with the opposite shoulder part. I'm going to tuck his legs in either side. And I'm going to make sure that his legs are sitting ergonomically. So I'm going to make sure his legs are wide, kind of frog-legged. And I'm going to tuck one side up and one side up. You can leave their arms out or leave them in. So if he was going to go to sleep, I would probably leave him in and tuck him in like this. Okay, then for our last step, you pull up on that middle section that was on our abdomen, and we're actually just going to put it right over the baby's legs and then pull it up to the bottom of their neck, right about here. And with this age, you can leave their arms in or out. He likes to keep his arms out, of course, when he's awake. If he was asleep, I'd probably bring this up and kind of tuck him in, but you don't want the fabric covering their face or mouth at all. You want to make sure you're being really careful when you wear a wrap. And now you are all done with your baby wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. If you want to see more pictures, tips, or tricks, make sure to check out my Instagram at MySewBliss, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!